be a quick look at why I recommend only using micron pens in a Bible. This is the current Bible I'm using, and the tip's very fine, so you can write very tiny. My goal is in a newer Bible to write with larger words so I can read it easier if I'm helping somebody with a study. But for the purposes of this Bible, it's nice to be able to write very tiny. The other things is the lettering has stayed very crisp. I've had this Bible and been writing in it since July of 2021, and there's no smearing at all. It's completely clear lettering. None of my oils haven't affected any of the pages. See on this other page, there's the pink and the orange, and there's absolutely no bleeding through to the other side. Somewhat see some coloring on the other side, but when you write over it, you don't even notice it. So it's just the micron has worked very well for me. And now I'll show you an example of using another type of pen in my Bible. So this Bible had been written in starting April of 2019, and then I gave up on it because I realized the pages were just going to be ruined even if I switched over to the microns. This Bible was written on with Staedtler pens, and it's just a mess. This is from the other side of the page, these circles. See, so it's just complete, and I knew the more I used this Bible, my oils would just continue to make it worse and worse. So I made a decision. I know people have lots of pens that they use and they recommend, but I thought I'm just going to go with the best because I would like to have my notes last forever. And the archival ink sounded like a good choice for me. And it just really did a number on all of the pages. One thing I've heard people say is that they don't use pens in their Bible, they only use pencils. So I just wanted to mention one thing in case you haven't seen this. Well, first I want to say about pencils, the reason I don't like that is because I've noticed the same as the other types of pens, as you're using your finger on the Bible, it can smudge the pencil mark the more you use that page, and tends to be, if you have a lot of writing on a page, that's the page you're coming back to quite often. So I didn't like the idea of using pencils. And with pens, they do have this correction tape. I guess they call it whiteout. There's different brands of it. If you're right-handed, you hold it this way. I'm a left-handed person, so I turn it over and I just go that way across, and it just whites it out. Because this is a cream-colored page and this is white, it does show up that there's whiteout, but it is nice because it takes the ink out of the page. So, or it covers the ink up with kind of some white paint in a way. So I'll show how I do that. So say I'm writing and I want to write God loves us, and then I realize, oh, I should have done that in different colors. I'll just show. I just use my whiteout, and then you can write right over it. Now, one thing you might have noticed is during this part it kind of smudged a little bit, and it's because it wasn't dry fully, but this part had longer to dry. So really it's just a matter of just giving it a second to dry, because this wasn't long after, and you won't have any problems with it getting all smudgy like that.